How's it going, everyone? We got quite a lot to cover in this video. If you are unaware, an absolutely massive free demo is available right now on the PlayStation Store. We gotta talk about it. Really, I should have talked about it yesterday when it went live, but there was a lot to cover yesterday, so we're gonna talk about it now. Also, Bleach Rebirth of Souls has gotten a launch window, and it'll be coming fairly soon by the looks of it. We'll talk that at the end of this video, and I might just be an absolute sucker being excited for that game. But nonetheless, I am excited for Bleach to get a top-level video game. But right off the top, massive free demo. All my JRPG guys out there, Metaphor Ray Fantasio does have a free demo available on the PlayStation Store. I've heard it's around 3 to 4 hours of content. I have the demo downloaded myself. I'm gonna check it out hopefully later today. A lot of games to play, and yeah, didn't get around to this yesterday. Super excited to check it out. Unfortunately, I have heard some technical issues with the demo, specifically on PC, but also on PlayStation 5 as well, as far as the frame rate dipping and there being, you know, not a lock 60 frames per second. When you look at this game from a technical standpoint, you know, it shouldn't be an issue to lock 60 frames per second with this game. You know, visually, it looks good. It's got a great art style, but technically speaking, it's not blowing the doors off anything. Like, that's never what, generally speaking, JRPGs do, unless it's like a Final Fantasy 16 or something like that. Like, Metaphor looks good, but it's good from an art style standpoint. And I get it that, you know, technical visuals and performance necessarily for JRPG fans, not at the top of the priority list, but it is something to consider anyway. Nonetheless, incredibly excited about it, and this is a game coming from the creators of Persona 3, 4, and 5. As far as the demo is concerned, it notes this. This is a free demo version of Metaphor Ray Fantasio, a new fantasy RPG created by the creators of Persona 3, Persona 4, and Persona 5. In the demo version, you can play the beginning of the full version, and the save data you create in this demo version can be used to continue playing the full version with the same story and character status. In a world under threat from the monstrous humans, the protagonist sets out on a journey to save his best friend, the prince, who has been cursed to death, and you can experience the beginning of the story where he takes part in an election to become the new king. The battles are turn-based battles that allow you to enjoy the strategic element of exploiting weaknesses and the tension of the battles, combining over 40 classes of archetypes that are highly customizable. Furthermore, by incorporating elements of action battles where you can sweep away the monsters that have become weak enemies as the protagonist grows stronger, you can experience the basics of the new Fast and Squad system, which allows you to immerse yourself in a dungeon exploration and party building at a good pace. In this demo version, you can experience many of the elements of the game, even though it is only the beginning. They note, the beginning of the journey to lift the curse of death on the protagonist's best friend, the prince. The first 4 dungeons, you can unlock 7 of the more than 40 classes called archetypes, and you'll meet 6 followers, including party members, who will support the protagonist's journey. So quite a lot of content, all things considered, for a demo, and it should give you a good idea on what to expect out of the game. Again, I've heard around 3 to 4 hours, which is relatively lengthy. For the rest of this year, Metaphor Ray Fantasio, one of my most anticipated games of the year, it just comes out the same day as Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, which, you know, Metaphor and Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. For the rest of the year, that honestly probably is number 1 and number 2, unless I'm forgetting about something off the top of my head. October is pretty busy. Like, you got Dragon Age Veilguard at the end of the month, but I would definitely rank Metaphor and Dragon Ball Sparking Zero above that at this point in time. So, same day, 1A, 1B. However, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is going to have the early access gimmick baked into it, so just on the standpoint of playing Sparking Zero for enough hours, and then you can swap on over to Metaphor, that might be a reason enough to get the deluxe edition for Sparking Zero. Metaphor does not have the early access gimmick. It should also be noted, October 11th, Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred is also dropping, so it is just gonna be insanity. I'm not a Diablo 4 guy these days, but if you're into Diablo 4, which has seemingly gotten a lot better, that's something coming out as well. But for now, if you want to get a taste of Metaphor, check out the free demo. I saw a comment on yesterday's video being like, how has this dude not talked about the Metaphor free demo yet? And it was like the top voted comment. Brothers, I'm sorry. Like, we're doing a lot of videos and I'm trying to cover a lot of topics. You know, new PSN sales and all that good stuff. Ghosts of Yote, Assassin's Creed Shadows, and everything going on with Ubisoft. There's a lot to talk about in the gaming world right now, alright? So my apologies not getting to this demo, but for those of you that have yet to check it out, download it, play through it, and your progress in the demo will carry over to the full game come October the 11th. Alright, moving on from that, Bleach Rebirth of Souls is launching in early 2025 on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, and PC. It has been officially announced via the Reawakening trailer uploaded on Bandai Namco's official website. Look, I think this game, based on what we've seen thus far, looks really good. For an arena fighter like this, which I know some people are absolutely sick and tired of, but for a game like this, I think it looks fairly good, and I'm hoping it turns out well. Bleach as an IP right now is hotter than it's been in a very, very long time, quite possibly ever. There was a little bit of time where, on my anime list, the anime ranking website, that Bleach, the 1000-Year Blood War was literally the #1 rated anime, which is insane. Like, across anime ever, Bleach 1000-Year Blood War was #1. It's not #1 anymore, but it's, I believe, among the top 10, top 15, which is still an incredibly impressive stat, given that Bleach, as an anime, really had a lot of shortcomings, but it seems like everybody is loving the 1000-Year Blood War, and it's great to see the anime back and the perception of it being incredibly positive. I believe Part 3 is starting here very shortly, and now, long overdue, but we got a top-level video game, at least what looks to be, as far as a budget is concerned, a top-level video game attached to it. Now, I might be an absolute sucker as far as being excited for this game, because I saw Jujutsu Kaisen fans, and I'm not like a gigantic JJK fan, but they got done absolutely dirty earlier this year with Jujutsu Kaisen Cursed Clash. That game is a literal abomination. Bandai Namco sent me a copy of the game, and I absolutely hated it. I feel awful for anybody that spent $60 or, God forbid, $100, I believe it was, for the top edition of the game. Like, anime fans, I am one of them. When you're attached to an anime like this, you could be an absolute sucker. You could just spend $100 on an Ultimate Edition and get absolute garbage in return. JJK Cursed Clash, in my opinion, is in the mix for literal worst game of this year. That's how much I detest that game, and I could not even imagine that if you're a JJK fan and a hardcore one at that, how you reacted to that game. I would be absolutely sick to my stomach. So, from what I can see out of Bleach Rebirth of Souls, it looks like a lot more emphasis and a lot more polish is being attached to this game. And it is coming from Tamsoft, who did Melty Blood Type Lumina. They did Captain Tsubasa Rise of the New Champions, and those games are fairly well received. Hopefully they do a good job with Bleach Rebirth of Souls, because Bleach deserves a high-quality video game, and anime games are going to be what they are. I feel like, you know, Sparking Zero, I do imagine it's going to be absolutely tremendous, but when you're talking about a Bleach, when you're talking about a JJK, One Piece, even a Naruto, the games a lot of the times aren't absolute blowaway. I feel like Naruto is at that brink of being really close to getting a truly stellar video game, but, you know, you'll also get cash grabs like Naruto X Boruto Storm Connections, but, yeah, I just want Bleach to at least get one pretty good game. Like, a game at the level of the My Hero Academy games, I would be sufficed with that, because, you know, the other option is, like, at the level of JJK Cursed Clash, and that game has absolutely scarred me. In the case of Bleach Rebirth of Souls, I just want it to be fairly good. As a Bleach fan, that's all it'll probably take for me to enjoy it. Hopefully a decent single-player component, and, yeah, we're cooking as far as that's concerned. But yeah, it'll be out in early 2025. God forbid if this game is out in February. Just do them a solid, March or April. This game don't gotta be out in February. We don't need it in February. February is stacked right now, and Bleach deserves at least, you know, a window of opportunity. Like, the Bleach fans are gonna check out the game regardless. It's not gonna be that big of a deal, but bro, I don't need this game to come out in February. We don't need that right now. We need this game to have every opportunity to succeed. But that's gonna do it for me. Again, Metaphor Ray Fantazio, the free demo is available now. 3 to 4 hours of gameplay and a sizable demo where the progress is gonna carry over to the full game. And Bleach Rebirth of Souls, due out early 2025. God forbid if this game is out in February, because I'm absolutely screwed. I'm already screwed when you look at that February lineup, but we'll see how this turns out. That's gonna do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.